Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Football. As usual, I am your host, Kwesi Appiah. Today we're going to talk about Essien and also his relationship with Jose Mourinho. In an Instagram live video with Carol Shabalala, Essien revealed the circumstances under which he had to leave Chelsea and how he joined Real Madrid. I'll give you more details, comprehensive details on that as well. Coach Kwesi Appiah has sent a third letter to the Ghana Football Association. Yes, and we all know the issue with Coach Kwesi Appiah not being paid and all that. He has sent a final third letter to them after reporting them to FIFA. I think the final third letter will be it from him, and if they should pay before FIFA responds after reporting them, I think that'll be the end of the issue. But I'll be giving you more details on that as well. As usual, if you're new to the channel, I'll advise you to subscribe to the channel and to click on the notification bell to get more updates. So we all know the German Bundesliga will take place March day 27 this weekend after they started taking on the acid test, testing the new normal, that is, and the German Bundesliga are doing a brave thing, and the English Premier League are looking to follow suit. There have been a lot of talk on the English Premier League, and when it should resume, we'll be following that closely and giving you updates as and when we get them. But this week, most of the players were taking part in training. They came individually at times in the English Premier League and also in the Spanish La Liga. Check out our merchandise in the merch store. You can check it out on Teespring, and that's a nice way to support the channel. Let me just jump right into it. As we are all aware, we know Essien and Jose Mourinho are the best of friends. Essien and Jose Mourinho are so close that Mourinho went on to say is Essien's white father. He has come to Ghana to meet with a Ghanaian and his family, and he's interacted with almost all of them. But Essien has revealed in an exclusive one-on-one with Carol Shabalala on Instagram Live the circumstances relating to how he joined Real Madrid and why he left Chelsea. You know, Essien was with Chelsea. Jose Mourinho bought him in 2006 from Olympique Lyon. The love between those two players has been quite evident over the years, and Jose Mourinho has deployed Essien in so many important games, and the Bison himself has delivered on countless occasions for the Portuguese manager. Now, on how he joined Real Madrid, this is how Essien narrates that story. I was with Chelsea in Monaco for the Super Cup, and a strange number called me, but I didn't want to answer. But my cousin, who was with me in the room that day, told me to pick up. Essien said in an Instagram live video on how he joined Real Madrid. Now, the number kept calling, so I picked up. And as soon as I said hello, another hello came from the other side, and I realized who it was on the line. So I told my cousin it was Jose Mourinho. We started talking, and he said, I heard you are going to join Arsenal. But I told him it's not true. I had not heard anything from Arsenal. Then he said, don't go to Arsenal, come to me. And I asked him where. He said Real Madrid. So I told him I am ready. It was the last day of the transfer window, and he said, okay, give me your agent's number. I told him I'm ready, even if it means I have to leave in the midst of the Super Cup game. And he said Lassana Diarra was supposed to move to Russia, so if he accepts to go, then they will process my transfer. And I told him, okay, I'll be waiting, just chilling in my room. He said, give me a couple of hours, I'll call you back. I said, cool. My agent called after a few hours and said what happened. I told him I spoke to Jose Mourinho moving to Real Madrid, and said he gave Jose my number. He told me to relax because Madrid will come, and I said okay. Lassana Diarra accepted the move to Russia, so then we had to change our plans because we were about to leave the hotel to the stadium to play Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid were doing their thing with my agent, and I was in the bus as we were about to leave to the stadium. I was even going, and my agent called me and said, where are you? I told him we are on our way to the stadium. He said, come back to the hotel, I'm coming there. He said, and he had to send some facts to some people, so I had to shout at the bus driver to stop like some madman. All my teammates were looking at me like, Michael, what's going on? I told them I needed to get off the bus and I'll see you guys later. So anyway, the bus stopped and I went back to the hotel to wait for my agent. My agent came and sent the fax, and thankfully everything got finished on time. I told him I have to go to the stadium because at least I had to pick my boots. So we got to the stadium, but then they had finished at the match. I joined my teammates on the pitch, but some of them had heard the news that I was going to Real Madrid. Some of them also asked what was going on, so obviously I had to tell them. I explained to them that this deal came up and I had to return to the hotel to finish the paperwork, so I am going back to pick my boots, and I had to tell them goodbye. After the ceremony, we went back to the dressing room where I properly wished everyone of them goodbye. I just took my shin pads and boots, and that's it. I said bye to everyone, including Roman Abramovich, and he wished me good luck, and then I went back to the hotel. The next day I was on the plane to Madrid. I went to Madrid with just my boots, shin pads, a pair of jeans and a shirt and my Chelsea tracksuit. I got to the airport. Jose was there waiting for me, greeted me, and went to the hospital to undergo my medical, and the next day I started training. Essien currently plays for Cybele FK in Azerbaijan. He has previously played for Liberty Professionals, Bastia, Lyon, Chelsea, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Panathinaikos, and Partizan Bodo. So that is the story of how Michael Essien signed on for Real Madrid. Wow, did you know this story? Quite an interesting one there. He had to tell the team boss to stop, got back to the hotel, and was now a Real Madrid player just by a fax message. And the love between those two is really something that was strong. Now, Michael Essien left Chelsea in 2012 after they had secured the Champions League title. Now, Chelsea, after that epic win, were with manager Roberto Di Matteo. He deemed Essien as surplus to the squad requirements, and Essien was really peeved by that. Then rumors started circulating that Arsenal were in for Michael Essien. Jose Mourinho, being the father figure to Essien as he is, said he called Essien and found out whether it was true, and apparently it was all one of those transfer rumor hoaxes, and Michael Essien was not going to Arsenal. He then said, join me at Real Madrid, since Chelsea manager Roberto Di Matteo had made it clear to him that he wasn't in his plans, and Essien had to look elsewhere for himself, and he did just that. Jose Mourinho called him to Real Madrid, and we all know what happened at Real Madrid. He did well for the Los Blancos before going back to Chelsea, and it was really a great time with Jose Mourinho. After he left Real Madrid and back to Chelsea, Michael Essien also moved back to Chelsea, and that is the story of how and why Michael Essien left Chelsea for Real Madrid. Quite interesting. Did you know that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. I move on to my next story. It has to do with Coach Kwesi Appiah and his monies that has to be paid to him. And we all know Coach Kwesi Appiah, the coach of the Black Stars. A second stint didn't go as planned, and he didn't meet the requirements, the things he was supposed to do, winning the African Cup of Nations and possibly taking Ghana to the finals. Yeah, it didn't go well, and Coach Kwesi Appiah was sacked from his post. Now, after that sacking, Coach Kwesi Appiah went on to demand for his money to be paid. Well, not exactly a sacking, nor renewal of contracts. Contracts had ended. Now, after the contract ended, his monies had not been paid to him, and he was really demanding heavily for it, and he hasn't gotten it up till now. Now, Coach Kwesi Appiah, we all know, was not the best of coaches for the Black Stars, but he did his bit and fulfilled his contractual agreements. His monies was not forthcoming. He has really gone on to write a third letter to the FA looking to settle this before FIFA comes out with its own verdict. Presented 2 letters to the FA, and this will be the third one, and if that happens, it's up to now to FIFA to give out the judgment, and Coach Kwesi Appiah and his lawyers are ready for that judgment from FIFA. a forthcoming response from the GFA, who have vehemently said that they did not receive first 2 letters. They have not acknowledged receipt of the first 2 letters, and they are not telling the man anything. They should just put themselves in his shoes, and how would they feel if that was done to them? And it's quite not right. It's not right for them to be treating the man like that. He did not meet the expectations. Tell him that is why he's not going to be paid, but to give him the silent treatment is not the way to go. That has been it for today, guys, and I think this is a wrong treatment of Coach Kwesi Appiah. No matter whether you like him or not, he has fulfilled his contractual agreement. Pay him what he is due. I've been talking to you about Michael Essien and why he left Chelsea and how his move to Real Madrid materialized. Also, we've been looking at Coach Kwesi Appiah's issue. A third and final letter is going to the FA from his lawyers, and from then on, if the FA does not acknowledge receipt and pay him his money, so over $180,000, Kwesi Appiah will leave it all to the FIFA Association, the football governing body of the world, to deal with the Ghana FA. So many things going on across the world, and it's unfortunate that this has to be an issue. Pay him his money and it will be over and done with. Maybe in these tough times the government are struggling to gather the money for Coach Kwesi Appiah. At least tell him that and let us all get this over and done with. It's quite embarrassing for this to be dragged on any further. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know your thoughts on everything. Enjoy your day.